Welcome to Englehart. So this is a part of our North Bay run here. There's a couple of stops. Obviously there is North Bay, which is technically over here, and Englehart is another part of it. And there's actually a train station and a yard, like literally side by side. It is pretty massive, and I'm only going off of like a 2 foot wide section here. So I'm going to try to fit as much of this as I can into it. One of the highlights for it will be right beside the station. They actually have a heritage unit, a really old steam locomotive. I can't remember how they say, like 262 or 284 or 484, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's a nice heritage unit that's on display right beside the station, so it'll make for a lot of great scenery and stuff like that. So maybe I can find a heritage unit and do it up for the layout. But I'll just show you where we started. So basically down here I raised it up. You saw in the last video that I did have my risers in place, so I added the wood underneath, the plywood. I think it's quarter inch ply, just like the rest of my layout. Then I add the 1/4 inch foam on top. So I had a big piece here, so I cut it out, and yeah, this was a huge chunk of it as well, right? So I had to, cut a huge chunk of it because this part's going to be way higher. This is all main line here. We've got the main line for passenger, which is the farthest one, another passenger, but this is like the passenger second line, and then of course our freight main line, which will definitely make sense when I'm running trains. But if it doesn't look, right as of right this minute, just hang in there. It'll make sense eventually. In my head, my mind's eye, it makes sense. So we're just going to go with it for now. But you can see that I've already glued these down. This is all set. I have to cut a little piece to kind of go in here. That's okay. That's a quick job. And we're going to follow these 3 lines here. So you can see they get a little bit wider. Why is that? Because here, this is a station platform. So these definitely get wider because of that. There is a certain distance that you would need to have this in place and then have the tracks and whatnot. But this is all going to be covered in cork. So you won't even really see that. And then I'll come back and I'll relay that and the second track after. But we're going to start from the back and make our way forward. So along with that, actually, we'll just follow it along. So this is where the train station is going to be. There's plenty of room there. I was originally going to make it as a backdrop building, but you know what? Shoot, I might be able to fit the whole thing in there. So it basically goes from pink here, Pink Panther, over to here. That whole section is going to be, train station, platform. Might make the platform go a little bit wider on both sides. We'll see how much I have once I pick that up. And of course, like I was saying, there's a heritage unit, and the heritage unit sits right here. So there's going to be, some land, whatever. I'm going to put a piece of track in there, put, different things. So I'll have to cut that down in the back there to kind of go with the landscape. That's okay. It's fixable. It is what it is for now. And when we follow it, we continue following it. Oh, you know what? I think the platform comes right out to here. I thought it stopped there, but you know what? That's just a line. So it actually comes out to here. It's a pretty long platform, which is fine because I usually run about 3-4 cars on my passenger train. Then we go over into this module here, because you can see the split. By the way, this will all be glued after they are glued up there, and this is glued in place, but I have to glue this to kind of level it out there, make sure it's flat. We're going to come into what is like a 4 number 8s, right? Because you can stay along these 2 mains, or you can go that way, or you can come this way, depending on what tracks are taken up there. And then in here, right between this switch and this switch, there's going to be 3 number 6s, which are going to go down this way. And you can kind of see if I move the cork, they go down. So they're kind of like 3 sidings. And they're going to go into 3 number 6s here. So they're going to be, it's going to be the receiving end down here. See, 1, 2, and 3. 3 tracks up and down. There's going to be a number 6 in the middle here. It's going to send us off this way. And then that goes off to the main. So when you're coming in on the main, you have the option to stay along the freight main here, which is a fair distance away from passenger. We're going to go right up, and then we'll connect back with that. Or we'll be able to come down using the number 6s. And we're going to come right along here. So past the 3 number 6s, we're going to do another 3 number 6s into a siding. And these are just where you can store cars. They're going to be fairly long, decent size anyways. With just bumpers at the ends. They're not going to connect to anything. So we're going to store some cars here, which is great. And then we're also going to go into an industry way over here with the very bottom one. It's going to come in, and then there's going to be, what I'm hoping to do is my scrapyard right here. It's a pretty big space for what it's worth, and should look good. So there's that. And then if we're going to come all the way back down this way, you can see that that's where you came in off the main here. We're going to go this way. And I think I was going to do a number 6 in here as well. So there's 2 tracks coming right along here and then into this section here, which I don't know what I'm going to do here yet. When I figure it out, I will let you know. But now it's time to do some cork. So I'm going to lay some cork down, take up a bit of space here, and see what I can come up with, because I got to get these tracks in. I at least want to get my main line going and get this train going right around. So we're going to come in right from that one there, and we're going to follow it right around. So stay tuned, because this ain't over till it's over. And well, it's almost over, but not yet. So okay, so because the station is a big part of this, I wanted to tackle that first. I wanted to make sure that the land was exactly how I wanted it to be for that specific area. So here, obviously, as you can see, I've got 3 1-foot wide cork sheets. These are the ones that I get from Walmart. You get 4 for like, I think $12 or $13. I managed to have some extra ones, so went ahead and I lined them up. I cut them to go with the second track. So this line here where the cork ends is the middle, so that when I cap off the front of it with the second piece of cork there, it'll end it just like that. And that is the second track. So it'll be track, platform, and then this line here is track. I marked it right down to the end. So as far as that goes, that's ready to go. And then I added another piece here, which again, I did continue the exact same way. So right along the front of that. And then obviously, because it's going to take 2 pieces of cork, I wanted to add just something for the way the ground is going to go, because I can take the station out right to here, or the platform. And then the same thing with this back piece here. The cork goes right into it like that. And then when I put the ballast down, I can fill all this in ballast, but it'll be, you know, kind of on an angle, right? That way it's not just like a squared, you know, or a squared drop right here. It'll kind of lead into it. So that's kind of how I do that. I'm gonna leave this entire part blank here until I start doing scenery. That's like not on my worry about list. So I'm going to get this cork down. I'm gonna glue it down, and I'm going to get the cork going right around here, at least the two tracks. We'll worry about the industrial after, and I just want to get those glued in so that this is glued down, and then I can continue moving forward, or even start running the track going around the corner and up to the station. Because, I mean, I gotta do it eventually, right? Might as well do it sooner than later. So, we'll come back once it's glued. All right, and there you have it. There's the long pad there with the entry to the station, 2 passenger mains there going around the corner and linking up to the rest of the layout. Wow, that was a lot of work. Okay, well, we're getting somewhere, which is good. So now I just gotta wait for this to dry. I'm leaving for vacation in like literally 2 days, so this will probably dry by the time I get home from work, and I'll probably take out the pins, and I won't be able to lay track till I come back in like a week or so. So it'll give this at least some time to cure, some time to set, and I'll be able to plan my next attack, which will probably be some track coming down this way and making it around this corner, and I'm gonna get it all glued down, and I'm gonna see if I can actually get a train from that station on the other side of that portal there to this station right here successfully, of course. And then we'll go from there, because yeah, I'm really excited to get this going. That curve I thought was going to take me forever. I dreaded it, and it worked. It turned out really, really well. And I think it's like a 34-inch radius, either 34 or 35-inch radius for the biggest one, going right down to a 33 or a 32-inch for the smallest one. Can't remember, but it's pretty big, it's decent, so the cars will have no problem making it around that. I might even super elevate the curves just a little bit, just to kind of add a little bit more of a super elevated curve look to it. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, I'm really excited. One final look, and then when I come back, we're gonna show you some more. Okay, so if we take a look here, I went ahead and I added some track. There's at least 9 feet of track that I have added here. It goes all the way around and up to where the go-kart is here, which is basically where the station is. So that's pretty good for now anyways. I did put the tape underneath it to super elevate it, so it is on a bit of a slant, which is good, and it's already gluing down, so it's already drying, as you can see, which is neat. It kind of curves in a little bit there and then goes straight, and it's gonna look cool because I'll probably put like a mountain type thingy in the background here, so it's kind of going through stuff. And I've got a little bit of a hilly area here that I'm going to expand back a bit, and then I obviously have to continue that down in there and separate it, and then I'm going to separate this whole thing here with trees, which will look really nice, of course, because it's cool when they go through the trees. So we've got 3 mains here that are coming up. Cork's already done for 2. Gotta still do this here, right? So we'll be doing that, and we're gonna get more cork down going that way eventually. But for now, I'm glad that, you know, we've got a connecting station to all the way over to the other station, just for now anyways. And I can't wait to run it. I know that it'll work because of the curve radius there. It'll be fine, but I want to be able to run the train back and forth. I'll still have to obviously drop feeders, and in spaces like this here, I'm going to have to add the ties, but I've put them all aside here. Those are all the ones that I took off. So really excited to run some more trains here. So let's keep going. There's not too much left to do, but still at the same time, I think I'm out of track. So I'm gonna need to get some more track. I might have like 1 or 2 pieces left, and then, well, hopefully I can at least get to the end of this module here before the curve at the end there, because I've got a couple of switches up here that I need to connect. So we'll get the track at least to there.